right, we're picking up where we just left off in the previous video where I taught you how to go ahead and do a workaround in Microsoft Excel to do a single sample t-test using your paired two-sample t-test. So remember, we created that extra column of our hypothesized values as our workaround. So now we have our computer output and we need to figure out how to make a decision about our null. So like before, we had our question of customer satisfaction. We wrote our null and our alternative, and because it's a one-tailed test, it's very important that before we looked at the data, we thought about where our region of rejection is, that only if I have a mean greater than my hypothesized value would I be in that rejection region. Anything over here on the left side is in the white. The white area is consistent with the null. I'll keep the null here. So in my computer output, again, mean, number of observations, my t-statistic, and then I've got these two different p-values right here. And depending on whether I have a one-tailed or a two-tailed test, that's going to determine which of these I use. Now, I knew it was a one-tailed test, so this is the value right here that I'm interested in. Put that in yellow. But when I have a one-tailed test, I also need to make sure that it's on the correct side. So I'm just going to give you a little flow chart as I make a decision about my null. And I'm typing in white. Let me fix that. Okay. If it's a one-tailed test, I need to check the direction of the mean. So I'm going to compare my mean to HA. So right here I look at that and say 3.26 is bigger than 3, and that's consistent with this. Now if my mean was 2.3, well then that'd be inconsistent. 2.3 is not greater than 3. So I would just need to make sure that in fact my mean is greater than 3. If it's not, I'm going to have to keep the null. So I'd keep the null. Now again, other versions of statistical software would do this for me, but I don't tell Excel that it was a left-tailed versus a right-tailed test, so I need to do this check. If my mean is in the correct direction, then I have to go ahead and check my p-values. Now if it's a two-tailed test, I'll go straight to the p-value. Make sure you have the appropriate p-value, again, whether it's a one-tail or a two-tail. And then once I have the correct p-value, I'm going to compare it to alpha. In this case, we're going to use alpha of 0.05. And that's just the convention we'll use in this course. So here's my decision rule, and this is really important for us. If p is less than 0.05, that is alpha, then I'm going to reject the null. If p is greater than or equal to, so let me insert that symbol, 0.05, then I'm going to keep the null. So this is the decision rule I'll use for pretty much all of my hypothesis testing. So that's a very important thing for you to know.